The opening scene is actually going to be a two-parter since we've got the party sort of split a bit. Short recap before that. The party's been traveling over to Lake Ander. They made it about 2/3 of the way, set up camp in this forest, and at night a death tyrant, some other undead, came through seeking, sensing their living essence, looking to consume it, or so we initially thought. Then a crazy battle ensued. The Death Tyrant, it seemed as though it was the Death Tyrant speaking to Thaxl telepathically, talking about the adding her to her kin. And as she looked around, many of the whites that were attacking her, and not the racist kind, but the undead kind, had patches of the clan, her cousin clan, that would have protected this area beforehand. Ultimately, the crew dispatched all the creatures, even the Death Tyrant. It was amazing. And they chased down just the last few undead, the whites that were sent away by Turn Undead. And I believe that Dina went to grab one, and Thaxl went to get another, not very far apart, just splitting a little bit, just out of eyesight. Aga and Eri went south, and maybe Rhea, I can't recall. But as Thaxl was dispatching that final one, she rolled a save that just narrowly failed, because it was a really good roll too. And was transported to an entirely different realm. It looks very similar to the Prime, except everything is dark, shadowy, ashen. And she's, surprise, appeared there. And I think the same voice that previously she thought was the Death Tyrant whispered something along the lines of, "You are mine," or something like that, or and so on. Okay, so we'll set the scene here now. Chaos. Absolute chaos. Pulled from a deep sleep by magic, faced with an evil that had a real chance of killing any one of us. The intense emotional roller coaster of shock and surprise, to fear mixed with fortitude, boiling over to anger and rage at these creatures and all that came before them. The last few were running into the forest. Well, we'll be damned if even one of those rotten bastards gets away. With our anger and our outrage somewhere up in our throats, we split apart to ensure that none would escape. That's when we lost her. That's the first part. We're going to switch over. Meanwhile, in a realm that mirrors the Prime, but is cast in shadow and decay, the air is thick and somehow alive, as though it's filled with tiny tendrils that climb down into your lungs with each breath. I look around and strain my eyes to take in my surroundings. Everything is lit with this pervasive, diffused light that's smothered in shadow. A sharp grunt of pain in the distance to my right alerts me to danger. By the sounds of it, a battle to the death. Through the foggy atmosphere, a humanoid form of shadow presses through, skulking ever closer to me, step by step. I stand to ready myself for combat, only to find that my leg is trapped beneath a root and wounded. The creature drags its axe behind it along the ashen ground, now only a few steps away. Close enough to see the shadowy dark striations in its eyes. A shadowy form appears between us, squaring off against the creature. Creature draws its huge axe and takes a swing. And with a speed unlike any I've seen, the new form leaps straight up, dancing across the handle, down towards the creature's head. With a forward flip, it drops an axe heel kick directly under the temple of the creature. The creature's knees buckle, and it drops its axe and spins to face this new form. It reaches its hands out to throttle. The new form smoothly steps to the side and then around behind the other creature, striking with its elbow to the ribs and then with its foot to the side of the knee, dropping the creature down, placated on the floor, on the ground. And with a final kick to the back of this creature's head, it falls silent. This new form steps toward me, and I see an elf, cloaked in hood and shadow, thin and almost frail. It leans down and pulls the root that's trapped my foot, pulls out a healing potion and rests it beside me, and asks, "What the hell are you doing here?" And of course, we don't actually have Sam here yet. I'm not sure if she may or may not, but we have a new player tonight. Yay! So that's where our two teams are. Of course, that's Thaxl and Sam's character, which hopefully we might be able to introduce in a bit. We'll see. I'll probably bring that up on my phone here. All right, so with that, we'll jump into not the Thaxl scene, because that way, if Sam's able to make it, we'll have a little bit of time. Cool. So for everyone else, you've all gone off and killed the rest of these wandering undead that you had faced, and are now turning back to regroup.
Is Ares possessed? Because if I remember correctly, at the end, Ares ran off. The thing that had Ares' body ran off, and that's when Rhea and Aga went after her.
The two of you subdued her, but unless you have a spell prepared or something to cast to try and rid it, then she'd still be possessed.
I thought at the end of the last session when we grabbed her and started dragging her back that the ghost left her body.
We can do that. I imagine it's just a matter of time before you have something anyway.
So Dina, she killed the two whites that ran off. And then coming back, she's probably seeing a bit of the smoke from the rather large fire that she set where they were camping. And is kind of keeping an eye out for Thaxl on the way back, which may be coming across the body of the white that she had gone after, but not seeing Thaxl, and heading back to meet up with the others, while keeping an eye out for. So we can't camp here anymore. I do believe I've oh look, burned down the forest. Whoops.
We could camp wherever we want. Doesn't matter.
Is Thaxl back?
I haven't seen her.
Damn it. We split up. I mean, not very much. Just
I'll kind of the owl onto my arm and say, "Look for the scaled one," and I'll
flies off. Does not.
If she's anywhere around us, we'll know soon.
Dina's still got quite a bit of her own flight left. As a matter of fact, she was flying back, so I imagine
It's a 15 for perception for the owl.
I circled the area, but I didn't see her.
The owl finds nothing either.
There's no movement around us either as he flies a circle. Okay.
How far could she have gone?
She was in her tortoise form, not far.
Oh, is that why your owl couldn't find her? Because
Well, I would think that the owl would notice a large tortoise.
Yeah,
Well,
no, he doesn't see any moving anything around us.
okay,
For
I
about,
should say
I don't know, what, like a quarter mile probably?
Mm-hmm.
okay. Aga did say the scaled one, and tortoises aren't scaled. So
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know how sassy your bird is. I just wanted to make sure.
he does as
we
he's
might-
told. It's not sassy at all.
We might keep moving given this fire.
We don't have to. As long as you can keep the fire from hurting us for the next 10 minutes, we can set up the dome. But I don't know if you want to go looking for your friend or not.
I want to go looking. We need to find Thaxl.
Yeah, we can't leave her alone.
Does anybody have a way of detecting any magic? Or we're sleeping in the middle of a forest and undead creatures came out of nowhere. Clearly, this is not a normal forest. She may have fallen in something. She may have been grabbed by a creature. Who knows?
I can shout really loudly. That's about all.
Well, I'll stay. I'll stay near. I'll keep looking for what direction. If I'm up above the treetops, can I see the lake?
Not from here. Nope, not yet. Probably another day. and change.
As you start to take off, I will just really quick cast Bless
Okay.
on me, you, and Rhea, since we're going to be probably doing
Okay.
ability checks looking for her.
I'll say that because it's raining and has been raining for so long and the ground is a bit muddied and she was a giant turtle, there'll be some pretty obvious tracks from where, the direction she went off in if anyone wanted to pursue that.
I was about to actually ask if I could look for tracks.
Yeah.
I won't even make you roll because it's...
Here.
Okay, you pursue the tracks and they go up maybe 90, 120 feet or so. And then you see where there was an altercation. You see the dead body, undead, recently dead now, body of the white. And it just disappears. You see her form start trailing back, looping around and trailing back towards the camp, and then it just completely disappears.
How does that happen?
Don't know. I wish I had true sight right now. Aga?
Well, I'm good with objects, and if I can touch a person, but I'm not good at just detecting magic from nowhere. But considering that these large, rather obvious tracks don't then turn into a humanoid means I don't think she changed shape. And then, do I see, if I remember correctly, this is totally meta, but looking at the tracks, could I make like an investigation check to see if I notice if anything grabbed her and like dragged her away? Or something like that?
In fact, as you study the area, both anyone that's there that wants to can either make a straight up intelligence check or can make an arcana check if you're proficient in arcana.
I'm just straight intelligence then.
Yeah.
I'll do Arcana.
Okay.
21 for Arcana.
Nice.
You said
14.
intelligence,
Or arcana if you're proficient.
not proficient.
14.
12.
Intelligence.
14 for Aga. And what was it for Rhea? 12?
12, yeah.
Okay. So Aga and Rhea, you're sort of assessing, and there is something that just feels a little bit off about this. Dina, you have been heard of this effect from a couple different magical spells. It appears as though a certain amount of earth has been removed as well. Not dug up, just completely clean, removed, and that happens when there's some form of either teleportation or planar travel, interplanar travel. Any type of moving one from one location to another instantly can sometimes take some of the ground with it in this manner.
She looks at Aga and says, would any of your associates from hell take her to get to you? Because she's either been teleported or moved across planes.
No, currently I'm in good standing with Hell. I've just communicated with them the other night. No, they would not. But point out, where are you seeing signs of teleportation?
And she'll point to the depression in the earth.
I have an easy way of finding out if she was teleported or brought to another plane. I will get out my sending stone to Tassos. Send a message to Tassos and say, brother, I need you to reach out to Thaxl and find out exactly where she is, and then get back with me and tell me what you understand. Thank you.
Okay, it takes a moment. And okay, even other planes, but there's a 5% chance it won't. Okay. Thaxl, in this other plane, you've reverted to your natural form.
Well, that sucks.
Womp womp. This elven creatures is sort of standing before you. Gave you the healing potion. Is giving you space, not hovering too close. Sort of looking around at for other dangers to arrive. And you hear in your head, as all this other chaos is going on, you get a message. Actually, hold on. Let me pause that, because earlier today, Tassos got his letter. So we should probably address that before we see what he's going to say to you. So, how does the letter read, Thaxl?
Hold on.
Okay, take your time. So, elsewhere in the world, back at the Davin State earlier today, a letter was delivered. Courier raced through the city streets, kicking up dust, and made his way nervously by the giant basilisk playing in the yard before finally reaching Tassos and handing this letter being delivered the utmost importance. And Tassos takes it, sits down in the library, pours himself a drink, and opens it up and begins reading.
I was trying to think if I wanted you to actually read it in his voice.
Up to you. I'm okay either way.
Uh,
Probably be better in yours because he's hearing you, is he?
oh, yeah, but it would just be, I want to see your reaction to it.
I'm fine either way. Whatever you would like to do best. Or most.
No, I'll do it. Okay.
I'll just mimic
opens
him
it.
reading it.
Okay. It says, Dear Tassos. That's nice.
Props.
Oh,
Fine.
okay. Dear Tassos. Oh my god. Hold on.
Nice. I love it.
Dear Tassos, this is not easy for me to say. My heart has been broken most of my life, requiring me to guard and protect it for so long. But you have restored it. It beats again with purpose, as she's trying to choke some of this. I'm still trying. It beats again with this purpose I'm still trying to comprehend. And how you have managed to break down that barrier, I will never understand. But you need to know, even though I'm not in your presence to tell you, I love you too. Always. Thaxl, and there's not a drawing because she can't draw.
And so he sips his wine, dries his cheeks a bit, pulls down his hat as some servants walk by just to, keep up appearances. Hastily, he folds it up and tucks it close to his heart in that front pocket. And suddenly has an extra kick in his step, jump in his step, and he, hey, how are you today? And to his servants, and goes and gives, oh gosh, what's her name? The dwarven woman that is one of the higher ups there.
I don't know, Rhea. What's her name?
Yeah. Hang on, here we go. Rhea's family. I've got a whole doc
Rona?
here.
Are you talking about Rona?
Yeah. Yes, Rona of Malk. Yep. He's walking as she's returned, and he's walking by her. Oh, Rona, it's so good to see you! And he gives her a big hug, and she's like, "Get off of me!" Oh, but it's a good day, Rona. It's a mighty fine day, isn't it? And so he's extra excited today then, and just really feeling it. Life is good. All right, so later that day, he gets, he gets the message from Rhea, and immediately he fumbles through one of his other pockets to find a sending stone. Thaxl, it's me. Are you all right? Rhea needs to know they can't find you. Where are you? How do we get you? And are you all right, love? And that's his message to you, which does go through. If you're messaging back, you'll have to roll a percentile dice, and if it's 5% or lower, it won't connect.
Oh, well, okay, I guess I need a percentile dice. This is fine.
Oh, precious.
Do you want me to roll to see if it goes through first? Or
Yeah,
do
go
you want me
ahead
to
and say what you want first, yeah.
Oh, God, I hate this. Okay. Okay, I hear him and I take out my sending stone. I don't know where I'm at. It's not where I was. There's a person in front of me. I don't know how to get back. Is that enough?
I think you have 50 with this one, so.
Oh, okay. It's dark. And what else do I see?
Dark, ashen, like there's little flakes of ash falling down. Shadowy.
It's dark. It's shadowy. Have I been here before?
You've seen, I don't know, because you never actually went through, but
Okay.
some of this ashen nature you saw down in Shadowgate. This leftover ash on the ground.
It's dark, shadowy,
A lot of
ashen,
decay.
and reminds me of Shadowgate. I don't know if that's exactly 50, but
Okay.
we'll just
Neat, that's good. Yeah. Rhea, so you get that relayed to you.
35.
Oh, okay, you're good. All right. Rhea Tassos replies on your sending stone. Says she's all right. In a different place. Dark, shadowy, ashen, decay. Can't get back. I think squeezes on. I think you've got a 50 word anyway as well.
Damn it, Dan. He doesn't tell me it looks like Shadowgate.
Oh, looks like Shadowgate.
Okay, I didn't know if you left that on.
My bad. No.
No. Meta confirming. Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. No, thank you.
In the interim,
Mhm.
can I it's kind of, I don't know how you're gonna let me stretch this one or not, Dan.
Mhm.
Can I cast Identify on the dirt that seems to have been affected by the spell?
You can give it a
Let's
shot
see.
if you like, yeah.
Okay, so I'll ritually cast Identify while they're doing the whole message thing.
Okay.
I thought you were going to do that first. Sorry.
Oh.
Okay. She described to Tassos that it was dark, shadowy. There's decay. Sounds it looks like Shadowgate, Dina.
Fuck.
Yes. Fuck is right.
How do we get there? How do we, that's the Shadowfell, Shadow Realm. How do we get there?
I don't. Aga, can you? I don't know. Plane shift us?
I can't do it myself, but I might be able to call in a favor. It would be expensive. We would
How
have-
expensive?
Well, the Nine Hells have a lot of contracts out. Some of the people are important. People make deals with devils, and then the devils want them to die so that they can take their soul. So we have to kill them. But when you call in a favor like that, you're assigned a contract. Problem is, devil contracts are never nice to the people signing them. I might be able to get us there, but no promises it won't come at a cost.
I will happily feed them souls for the rest of my life.
But will it be your soul, Dina? They might
I
want
don't
yours.
care.
Well, there are other ways of doing this. We don't have to sell our soul. That doesn't have to be the first step we jump right to. First of all, and this is my bigger question. Thaxl is very important. Don't get me wrong. We definitely need to pick her up. But do we want to handle McGregor and Revis first and go pick her up with them in custody?
I think I'm pretty confident that we'll be able to get them no matter where they are. I don't think we need to race into this position. I don't know about you,
Concern
Dina.
was more about them returning to the city and or having this artifact that they're after in their possession. I don't like the idea of them after an immense magical power. It's never ends well in the hands that aren't mine.
Well, if Tassos can stay in contact with her.
That's my thought as well. If we have a contact, then there's no need. And I'm assuming this is after I've cast Identify in the Dirt and probably got nothing.
I mean, the spell, some of the weavings of it can kind of tell you that there was indeed magic cast here, but not, it doesn't lock on it.
Yeah, okay.
Mhm.
So I'll say, well, if we
At
have a
least
line
we're
of
disclosing
communication,
that.
we know she's safe. We know
I
she's
mean,
not-
We don't know that
First-
she's safe.
Worst case scenario, we can see if she can find her way to Shadowgate and meet her there, right?
Yes. And we can
what
at
is
least...
Shadowgate?
Shadowgate is a city. It's actually where we all met. It's, are you familiar with Stonehearth, the dwarven city?
Yeah, Dan, I don't know. I would imagine I've probably
Stonehearth,
seen it
yeah.
on a map,
Yeah,
but I
Stonehearth,
haven't-
yeah. Probably not Shadowgate, but...
I'm
Well-
familiar with the
Shadowgate is a city of the Underdark that's bits and pieces of it border on the Shadow Realm, and parts go missing, parts come back, and they do this thing once a year where you can go claim things. The problem is that there are Illithid and Drow there who want to kill us. rather desperately. We rather pissed them off.
Well, drow are a problem.
No, it's illithid.
The
No, I
illithid.
think the illithid are quite fun, actually, but okay.
I mean,
There's a
it-
reason why we are protected from scrying.
right.
Excellent. Okay.
So returning to Shadowgate would be quite dangerous, even more dangerous than where she's at now, possibly.
But we wouldn't have to sign a contract.
Well, the other thing we could do is, well, I'm not
Let's-
sure how wise of an idea it is, but the other thing we could do is just go back to Pele and say, we need transportation to the Shadowfell. McGregor and Revis are causing havoc there.
It'll take us the day to get to near where they're at. Maybe we can throw a wrench in their plans if Thaxl is safe, but if we get word that she's not.
Well, we do have these. I'm gonna pull out the guard raiment that Thorit and I acquired,
Mhm.
and I'll say some of us, particularly those who are deceptive and could sneak in and possibly just find out at least at what stage they are in the process of extracting this artifact, and if the artifact is mobile, we could simply nab it and get out of there. If they don't have the artifact of power, we could bring that back to Pele and say this is what they were after, give it to the Sultan as an act of good faith.
No, it goes to Thaxl. It's her heritage.
Oh, I didn't realize it was attached to Thaxl.
Yes.
Then maybe the artifact would have some kind of ability to bring Thaxl here. We don't actually know what it is, do we?
Would
Well, If we
Tax-
can get our hands on it, I can figure out what it does and how to use it.
would Thaxl have told Dina anything about the amulet or about the things? I mean, we know about the lightning one.
What do you think, Thaxl?
I'm trying to think if, because Tasso saw it.
Mhm.
I don't. Oh man, I don't know if she did.
But Dina does know that it's whatever the artifact that they have belongs to Thaxl. It's part of her family heritage. Why she's getting revenge. This is part of it.
Yeah.
It has something to do with that amulet that she wears with the lightning. There are pieces. That's all I really know, and I know that there are several of them. Brea, the map that you and she found in that house that showed the location. This is one of the locations.
That implies at the very least that it would be easy to move. And I think if we could grab that out from under their noses, keep it from them, and bring it to Thaxl, first of all, I think she'd be happy. And second of all, I think it's a good way of making sure that they don't run back to Pele and tell the Sultan that we're a bunch of liars and look, they've brought this magical artifact. I feel like that's a very dangerous ploy. We've just put, and I don't mean to play on heartstrings, I'm just trying to be realistic here. Thorit is still in Pele.
Dina's heart is just like being ripped apart.
Oh, poor Dina.
That's my thought, man.
I
will
like. She wants to go get Thaxl so bad, but she also knows that we
We
go
have
get
to
the
be careful.
artifact.
Yeah.
We take it from them. That will cause them pain, and
Worry.
but we leave them. We're
I
not
think
gonna-
it's a good idea to leave them for another day. I think you're right.
Well, we leave them because it's Thaxl's.
I would agree. Yeah.
Well, especially if it takes some time to get them, perhaps. I'm new to it, so I'm not by any means particularly good at it yet, but I might be able to make some manacles that would keep them from being detected, having their mind read, anything like that. I might be able to make some manacles to restrain them from teleportation and things like that. So we might be able to slap them in some manacles and keep them
What?
here.
We're short people, though. We're short Thaxl. I
I'm
wouldn't
saying
want to
after. This
go.
is after we get Thaxl.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. I was going to say that I
And
think
the time we take to
one
go get
focus.
Thaxl, I may be able to create these items.
Yeah,
How-
if we go there, one focus.
How often can Tassos talk to Thaxl? Rhea?
Once a day.
Well, you would know. You do have a supply, like in case of emergencies. There, you have some scribes that can. You have spell scrolls in place that can be kind of used.
Okay.
It's, I would say, maybe 5 to use in emergency before needing new ones.
Okay.
Would you share that out loud, Rhea?
I have a little bit that I can use in case of emergencies. We can get a hold of her if we absolutely need to.
I'm worried
But-
about her being able to tell us that she's in danger. If she's in danger, we drop everything, we go get her first.
I think if you're going to establish that, I think what you need to do is find a way for her to tell time. And I think for that, you're going to have to ask Tassos to, at a regular time every day, check in with her. And if she does not respond, we know there's something wrong.
And to tell
I would agree, but just remember that the time can move differently in different planes.
just
So that may not
Because-
be as reliable.
But the spell will regularly check in with her, right? So when the spell crosses the planar walls, it'll reach her at whatever time she's at.
Right.
And then when she sends it back, it will come immediately. Also, with these sending stones, totally meta. With these sending stones, if you use them, when the person replies, do they have to also have a sending stone, or do they get the reply part of the sending spell?
It works with the sending. You have to have the other sending stone.
Okay, gotcha.
So we go, we sneak in, we get the amulet, we take the artifact, and then we find our way to Thaxl. Unless she's in danger, and then everything.
If she's in danger, I don't want to split us up, but if she's in danger, I know I could probably go in and get the amulet by myself. That's what I do.
Rhea,
Yeah.
Tassos came to visit Thaxl. How did he get there so quickly?
From one large city to another.
Teleportation circles, huh?
Mhm.
So you would have to have a second teleportation circle to get. Thaxl would have to be at a teleportation circle to get there. You would have to. How does that work? I don't know.
He would have mentioned.
Oh,
to
that's
you-
what-
Oh, sorry,
go
go
ahead.
ahead.
No,
Just
go
say it was a straight up teleport spell. He just grabbed one of the mages and was like, "Teleport me over here ASAP."
And I mean, could you want it, Dina?
Could they do that for us to get us to her?
I don't know. This is what I pay people for. I don't know how it works.
I'm not particularly well versed in this magic. It's far above my pay grade at the moment. I haven't quite learned it, but I have seen it in practice, and I am not sure that it's not entirely accurate. Teleportation circle is a fixed point. You can go from one city to another. Teleportation spell, if that's what Rhea is implying he used, then that one, especially if you're not particularly familiar with where you're going, can put you in an entirely different place. I've seen some terrible mistakes happen with it.
And I'm sure there's a complication that we're going to another plane.
Do I know if our mounts, our nightmares, can communicate back to us? I know they can
Let's
stand.
see. I think they need to be within range, but let's check because I have them here.
I'm going to call Eba to me,
Okay.
and I'm going to talk to Eba address her in Infernal,
Okay.
and ask her, can you take me to the Shadowlands? To another plane?
So it can understand but can't speak. The Abyssal, Common, and Infernal. It doesn't have any telepathy.
But she can nod.
Yeah, it's going to shake its head no. They do have an ethereal stride meta. They do have an ethereal stride, but it brings you to the ethereal plane, between the ethereal plane and the prime plane, but not the Shadowfell. So kind of leans its head down in a disappointed way and just kind of huffs a no.
It's all right. No, it was. All right. Well, we might as well go. Let's get this done.
I think it's essential that we get some rest. And as hard as that is to get with our ally in trouble, I think we should take a rest. I can take a moment and set up a safe space here. Nothing will bother us again for the rest of the night. And we can move on to seizing the amulet. That's what it is? Yes? An amulet?
Let's travel. I believe so. Let's travel closer. Why not get close? Why not travel?
My concern is if we travel closer, some of our resources are spent. I'm tired. I only have a few more spells left in me.
Oh.
I'm hurt. And he's going to gesture to some of the blood on his armor. He's going to be like, I need some rest before I'm really effective again.
All right.
Buck up, Buttercup. She's going to hit you on the shoulder and dump her healing into you. All 9 points of it.
How many?
9. Wait, what level are we? 9?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, 9. You get 9 points of healing.
Okay.
It's not even half the damage I took.
Nice.
I don't know if you were watching, but Rhea, when you get the kill on the Death Tyrant, you turned to Aga and went, "Welcome to the family," just as you drove the psychic claws into its head.
Yes. Oh, love it. Love it.
Fine. She's going to dismiss Eva then and thank them.
Mm-hmm. And it gives you a nudge or two on the side of the face. Turns and goes back into the ethereal.
I especially worry about flaming horses flying through the sky at night. During the day, it's much easier to hide.
They've already been flying through the sky. She points to the flaming dragon wings.
Yes, but that's just here, not approaching the lake. That's what I mean.
But Aga, they have a little fun trick. So I will call Leora.
Mm-hmm. Comes out of the portal.
Okay. And I will mount her, and then we will go to the ethereal plane together.
Okay, you leap through the black oozing miasma from the oval sphere to the ethereal there, the oval portal. Closes behind you.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And I'll do like a told you so dance, even though they can't see it.
Look at Aga and I say, "Oh, that's right. We can travel through the ethereal plane while we're riding them."
Yeah.
Can you do that
We'll come back.
indefinitely? Is that?
We're riding them, I believe.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I mean. Like for the purpose. Oh my God! This is.
Can we do this anytime? I'm gonna ask my horse.
Nice. It
Can we do
nods.
this, Leora?
It clicks its hoof 3 times too to try and, I mean, just for flavor, to try and let you know that it's you, the nightmare, and up to 3 willing creatures within 5 feet of it magically enter the ethereal plane from the material plane, or vice versa.
Okay, we can go right now if we want. We could go grab this artifact now. We could literally just fly right up. They could notice us. We'll disappear into the ethereal plane, reappear where the amulet is, and do it again.
And if they have the ability to see us in the ethereal plane?
Very few creatures have the ability to both see and affect the ethereal plane. That's very uncommon. And if they did have the ability to affect the ethereal plane, I'm pretty confident in our ability to get out of there.
How many of the uniforms, out of character, how many of the uniforms did Aga bring?
I believe I requested enough for all of us.
Okay.
but I can't wear one. So there's Eri, you, Thaxl, Rhea, and Aga. But
Well, I guess Ari could change form, but she would be in her
I
current form. She's not going to be very convincing.
Yeah, I can cast disguise self on myself as often as I need to without worrying about it. We
Ari
could always,
looks normal, or not Ari. Rhea looks pretty normal, so she's probably fine.
and as you said, Alga, if we rust, I can cast greater invisibility on you. Actually, no, I could do it now.
I have most of my most powerful abilities still available to me, but that's it. Really.
I can.
Meta, I have 4th and 5th level slots and 1 first level slot.
Joaquin has blessed me with the ability to not bring anyone back from the dead, but keep you from completely dying. So if anyone goes down, I can at least stop it from getting worse.
My thought is if we walk in the ethereal plane, that won't need to happen. But if you would like to rest first, we can do that. But I think it's a genius idea to hop on one of these nightmares, disappear into the ethereal plane, appear where the amulet is, grab it, and then have another nightmare pop us back out. I think that's genius.
Are any of you proficient in Arcana or History?
History.
Okay.
Arcana.
If- oh no! So roll your respective proficiencies, if you would, just to see what else you'd be aware of with the ethereal.
21 for Arcana.
21, 13 plus 8 for history.
Okay. As your studies and experiences, nice, are start flooding back in as you're discussing this, and in the back of your mind, you recall, you start considering that there are creatures in the ethereal too that can be dangerous. There's no gravity, which is handy. Your movement is sort of willed. Let's see, everything that you are and that you're carrying becomes ethereal as well. Ethereal flesh, ethereal metal, and so on. But there are creatures in there: ethereal dragons, foo dogs, foo lions, keening spirits, a whole range of different foo creatures, ethereal marauders, nilshai. There's a whole. And spirits, of course, are sometimes here too. So ghosts and other recently deceased. Just to keep in mind. Oh, sorry.
Oh, sorry. I just had a quick meta question.
Yeah.
Would Aga be able to ride Leora if I was not on her?
Ooh, you could try. We'll play that one out.
Okay. All right. I just want to make sure that, okay.
I don't think she's dismissed her, so if we're having this discussion of whether it would happen,
Okay.
could I approach Leora and speak in Infernal or no?
Yeah, maybe. Leora's a special girl. She's like gold, right? Like she's real pretty. My thought was we could get there and then I'm not hurt. I mean, I've used some of the magic that I have, but I'm also quite deceptive. So if I should go in the uniform, right, and the rest of you are on horseback.
Well, my thought is if you're the sneaky one and the deceptive one, maybe you get yourself all the way up to the amulet without anything, grab the amulet, summon Leora, escape in the ethereal plane. Yes, there might be monsters, but you could outrun them. Sorry, go ahead, Nina.
That's true.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I can be very persuasive.
I think it might be a better idea for you and I, Dina, if we created a distraction.
Oh, I'm very good at this.
Yeah, I figured as much.
So do we sleep and then go? Or do we go and try this now?
I think sleep is probably a good idea. I think you're right. He's gonna glance at his hit points / how tired he is and be like, sleep's a good idea.
Rhea?
I'm fine either way. I mean, I'm great. I'd click my heels if it wasn't rude.
How's Avery doing? Avery's healed up. She's just a little shaken from being possessed. She's like, I'm good to go either way. A little worn, but
Let's let you rest too, Harry, I think.
It wouldn't be the worst thing.
I'll pop open the book and start ritually casting the hut.
I will go up to the tree. There's still a tree close by to where we think Thaxl disappeared.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Okay. She will take out her dagger and start carving the symbol of Luxmaris into the tree, and then put the letters L-A in Elven onto the tree, so that way if Thaxl comes back to the spot, she'll know where we headed.
Okay. Beautiful. All right. So, the tent gets Lehman's tiny hut gets set up, safe and
I
secure.
will also center the hut
Okay.
on the spot where the teleportation happened. So just in case a return trip happens, she will be inside the hut.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
All right. Ari climbs in and probably crashes shortly after. Everyone, I'm going to give you all a full rest because you'll be good for the day after all that. Meanwhile, back in the Shadowfell, we have Thaxl, you've gotten your message. This elven woman isn't really looking. She's taking a few steps away and she's watching through the heavy mist, almost fog, off 35 feet. Is about as far as your line of sight can go, and she's just watching as you hear some other movement out beyond.
I think I'm going to chug that healing potion
Okay.
she handed me.
Mm-hmm.
Is it a regular healing potion?
It is. Yep.
That 2d4?
2d4 plus 2.
Plus 2. Okay. Okay. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay.
Nice.
That's something. Cool.
Thaxl.
Okay, so my leg is out of this twig or whatever.
Yeah. Yep.
Right, okay. I'm gonna look to the person standing in front of me. Who are you and where am I?
I'm Nobella. Did those bastards throw you in here too?
I'm sorry, I heard a la.
No.
And like a Bella.
She turns around and faces you. Nobella.
Like no Bella?
Mm-hmm.
Or is it no like a
She
Bella?
does a snap. Yeah. Nobella. Nobelle.
Oh, this helps me so much. Thank you.
Certainly.
No. So, you mind if I call you No? That's just a lot easier for me.
I don't really care. That's fine.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Look, I don't know how you got here, if it's those same bastards, but I'm getting out of here and getting my payback. And if you want to be a part of that, awesome. If not, I will leave you be.
But wait, where, like, I don't know what happened. Someone tried to give me a hug, which was unwarranted.
Mm-hmm.
And the next thing I know, I'm here, and then you took down something and then gave me a healing potion, which thank you, by the way. That was awesome.
Sure.
So, where am I?
Well, I'm not sure either, to be honest. I was part of a crew that was hired to find something out here. We found it, and then we were double-crossed. Some of us killed, and the rest of us shoved through some sort of portal into this shithole.
Wait. I'm sorry. Can you rewind back just a little bit?
Yeah.
Who do you work for?
Well, I work for me, but me and my crew, we were hired by a couple of assholes that double-crossed us. Some pompous punks out of Pele. McGregor and Rivas.
She's like biting her nails.
Yeah. Spent almost a nearly month and a half out here, digging away, following our clues, risking our lives. Finally find this hunk of metal. Call it in. And the assholes come out and slaughter half of us and kick the other ones over here. Most of them are lying over there, dead. But I'm getting out of here one way or the other. They're going to get what's due them.
Okay. First of all, I would like to do an insight check on this bitch.
Okay.
Aha. Insight. 23.
Yeah, she seems to be genuine. In fact, it's very tough to get a read on her anyway. She has sort of an awkward straightforwardness to her, but it still seems to be genuine. She seems to be pissed, and she is going to get out of here and going to go get some payback.
You said, did you know exactly what you were looking for when you were hired by these assholes?
No idea. Relic of some kind. Seemed like I've worked for them once before. On a minor.
You worked for them before?
It was an archaeological dig right outside of Pele. Some minor buried tomb. And we got some old pottery, some gold, some other things we found down there from whatever was buried. I don't know. They hire us to solve like arcane puzzles and do a lot of the grunt work.
Okay. She's... Oh man, she's grabbing her dagger.
Mm-hmm.
Not pulling it out just yet, but she's holding on to it. Have you met with these assholes before, like face to face?
No, this is the first time I've had the pleasure. Though I do intend to meet them one final time.
Mm-hmm. You're cute. Where'd you come from?
Jeez. I grew up in... I'd actually have to check with Sam and see where she grew
This
up.
one place.
Yeah, I imagine somewhere here on the continent. I'm not really sure where she wants to be from, but I'll have to plug that in later. I'm sorry. From, so-and-so. And, yeah. Lived on the streets, learned a certain set of skills with have a knack for problem solving and solving puzzles and such.
Yeah. Did they reach out to you, or did you go looking for them?
No, there was a third party. In Pele, they have a whole setup where you can take on quests and help people out. Yeah, so we did one, and it was quick, easy cash. And got in, got out. It was easy for us. This one, much more difficult. The pay was really good, and that's what we're in it for. But I don't know. We were not ready for this.
Mm-hmm. Cool. What group are you from? Like your group? Do you have like our group, Rashika, which means we're amazing.
Oh wow. Oh, so you're from Pele. Okay.
Sure. Yes. Yeah. I'm from. Yeah. I have a mansion.
Yeah. I'm not fancy or nothing. I'm not up in the prime ring. I've got a residence in the third ring, and
Peasant. Okay, so
she kind of looks at you dirty. Like, all right, well, I'm gonna get out of here.
I'm not finished questioning you.
Yeah, but I didn't know if you intended to say that quietly or as loud as you did, but I don't have to take any crap from you, and I've got places to go. So, look, if you can fight, you're welcome to join me. You look like you can fight, but if not, I mean, you can stay here. That's cool.
I mean, have you met me? Yes, I can fucking fight.
Well, a minute ago, yes.
So she's gonna stand up and, like with her back kind of turned, like to the side, she's just gonna kind of unsheath her dagger just to kind of like hold it, not getting into an attack stance.
Okay.
Because she's still not like 100%.
Gotcha. You're a fair bit taller too. As you stand up,
yeah.
your stature is very. She has mostly like this, still this cloak covered up, and just not frail, but not a robust frame either. Though clearly she can handle herself.
Yeah.
She starts rifling through this person's pockets and such as you're talking. That creature she killed.
What? This group, did y'all have a name, or was it just like you and random people?
I'll have to ask Sam again, but I'll say, yeah,
Okay.
we had a name. It was such and such.
Oh, okay. I was
You
just
broke under that.
I was trying to think. I had a suspicion, but I guess I'm wrong. Yeah, I have places to be. I'll join you,
Great.
and then maybe you can meet my friends and tell me more about this McGregor and Revis.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
No, not maybe. I'm a delight to talk to. You will spill.
And she kind of gets a chuckle out of it, like, all right. Yeah, we'll see. Here, let's keep warm. She tosses you a little flask, a metal flask, silver, in fact, that she just pulled off of this guy that has booze in it. And rummages through, she has another one off this guy. He's got a couple on him. And she sniffs it, drinks some. Ooh, oh, that's strong. Tucks it in her pocket. All right. I'd say this way.
I mean, sure. I don't know where the hell I'm at. Oh, can I do a survival check maybe to get my bearings?
Ooh, go for
Since
it.
I'm proficient in survival.
Nice.
Nat 20. So that would be 29.
Oh my gosh. You have you climb up a tree to get like your bearings, and even though there's a lot of mist and fog, you still have a rough idea. You're familiar with forests, and because it sort of seems to mirror the prime, you have a rough idea of which way you were headed before and which way you came from, and as long as it mirrors, you might have a general idea of where things are.
Cool.
She waits for you to come down from the tree. Do you see anything?
I mean, not really. No, just yeah. I'm also going to try something real quick. For the hell of it, I want to cast Fairy Fire around.
Oh, neat.
Just to see if anything is going to be outlined in blue. We'll say blue.
All right. Where are you, precious fairy fire? Let's do this. I have it here. I don't. All right. I love this spell. All right, 20-foot cubes on a blue green or your choice. All right, so blue. Change spells cast outline if it fails to die. So for duration. Didn't like it. Just 10. Any attack rolls. They can't benefit from being invisible. All right, 20-foot cube. You see underneath some of the shrubs, there's a slight blue glow from the shrubbery over there, maybe like 18 feet away from you, the two of you.
Okay, I'm gonna, I guess, like, hey, what's that?
She takes, what does she have here? What do you got, Nobella? Let's find out. Flips a dagger up in the air and catches it by the tip of the blade and chucks it. Let's just have her do a Romeo. Ooh. Is she, oh, good. Actually, that's a perfect time for her to jump in, so I don't hog any more of her thing. Well, I guess we'll just, it is almost fire break time, so chucks, another one of those shadowy forms pushes up out of the shrubs and charges the two of you. So it's not actual combat, it's for flare combat. So how would you like to start it off? What would you like to do for...
I'm sorry, what's coming?
It's another one of those creatures. They have a very they look shadow infused somehow. They have some armor, seems to be like a shadow metal, and mostly humanoid, but very sunken in, sullen faces, and big blotchy black marks around their eyes as they're charging the two of you. Flare combat.
Gross. Her dagger's already out. She's just gonna run up and stab it.
Nice. Where do you want to stab it? Go for it.
The ugliest part of it.
It's penis. No, just
okay. Yes. I wasn't looking there, but okay.
But it's the ugliest part. So you run up and just go straight for one of those sunken in eyes, and it pops.
It's my dagger venom, by the way.
Oh, nice. Okay.
That's what I've had out.
Perfect. It perforates air and squirts out some eye juice as you go right through, and you see the venom sort of leaking some green ooze and creating some pus in the wound already. And she comes in and does sort of a forward tumble, but then pushes off with her hands, and it turns into like a capoeira kick, right in the front of the knee that bends its leg out backwards, breaking the knee and popping its leg. And you just, it's starting to fall down. Do you want to do anything as it falls down?
Leap up.
Mm-hmm.
Ah! She's like still upset from earlier.
Nice. Severs the spine. Right at the base of the back of the neck.
And I take it out and I do it again. Take it out and I do it again.
Nice. The head is mostly detached after a few whacks.
And then I take it in my one hand and I go, die.
Nice. Clink, clink, clink.
Like overkill. Really overkill.
Beautiful. Nobella kind of steps back.
I'm just like,
you can fight.
Yes, I can bloody well fight. Do you want to see? More?
Yeah. Let's go find some more of these maybe on our way out of here.
You go first.
Let's walk together.
Okay.
I think there's
keep my distance.
Oh, nice. Okay. She's kind of keeping an eye on you. I think I saw a great place for a bio break over there. Let's head that way. Yeah. Neat.
Yeah.
The transitions for that are always flawless.
Nice.
There's a bio break there. Because I think after Nutella's going to join us. So.
Perfect. Yes.
Oh my God, it's her name now. It's Nutella.
Delicious. Awesome. All right. So for those that don't know, we take like 8 to 10 minute bio break, and then we shall return. So we'll catch you soon. I have to make some more coffee. When we come back, we'll have Sam with us for Nobella. Catch us real soon. See you. All right. I'm going to get us set up before I head out. All right, bottom left will be, oops, sorry about that. We'll just do it like this. No better. All right, alrighty then. I can close out Nobella's bin because I don't have to control Bert. Oh, what should we do for your token? Let's swipe one from Starfall. I don't really have a monk one aside from Astrid, though, do I? It's a tough call. I guess you probably won't need that tonight. We're going to do a lot of Theater of the Mind stuff. Okay, coffee, then I'll be back. Ooh. Oh. Oh.
I would like to say for the record, as I'm catching up on chat here, and my camera. Okay, here we go. That's better. I am totally in for this drinking game.
There's a drinking game that I missed?
I'm catching up on chat.
I thought you said a streaking game, and I was like, I missed the streaking part. I walk away for 1 minute to get a sandwich.
Well, I would participate in that, but
I would get in trouble. I'm not participating in that one.
we don't. I mean,
I like keeping my head. My girlfriend's definitely a praying mantis for sure.
Nice.
Say that louder. Make sure she can hear you.
yeah.
Alright, let's invite Slam up in here. Yeah.
Okay, so I need to sass more. That's good. I can definitely say, God damn it, hi!
Huzzah!
Your new name is now? No. I should apologize because Thaxl doesn't. She has no charisma.
Thaxl renames everybody.
Yes.
Yes.
So it means she cares. No, she doesn't.
Except Rhea, but that's okay.
I know. I haven't,
Probably kick your butt for doing it, yeah.
and I haven't renamed Dina.
No.
Oh, that's right. Interesting.
And you haven't really renamed Tassos either, have you?
Well,
This
that's
goes
'cause I was
deeper than
older,
we
so
thought.
it's okay.
He's Tassos the ass, but
The seven C's. Yeah, that's awesome.
She was too busy being lassoed in.
I mean, lassos
Nice.
were involved.
Wepa.
That
We're
was
not
his high school
cowboys.
nickname.
very much a
Tassos
leather lace
the Lassos.
situation.
Well, but he's wearing a cowboy hat. So there's going to be lassos. And Thaxl did have a whip created for a particular reason.
All you need now are some chains and an electric
Those-
artifact.
Oh, sorry. Welcome, Sam. So things run a little differently in our Cure Cement campaign.
We love after dark warning.
Yeah, after dark warning.
Neat. Oh.
Definitely adult.
I just need to clip I just need to clip that after dark warning portion of that video so you can play it at the beginning.
That's
This
awesome.
is an after dark.
It contains strong language,
Have like
sexual situations.
awesome.
I love this group.
Sam, so I had to do some of the intro for Nobella. Basically, it was, we touched base on a little of it. So the first thing, and Nobella showed up and kicked some butt and freed Thaxl from the branch, the root rather, that was keeping her trapped when she was shifted into it. Gave her a healing potion, and it was like, I'm getting out of here, you can join me if you want, and kind of mentioned the two assholes that had done their thing. And so Thaxl's playing it cool, like, oh really, like, tell me more about this, but you've been sort of like on a mission to get out of here and get your payback. I think the two of you are now walking off in whatever direction Thaxl used her survival check for.
Yes.
Oh, right. You know what? I completely forgot. So now that we're essentially back and ready to roll, I've been teasing for probably 2 months more D&D content for our channel. And the wonderful, incomparable, well, I don't know how much you want me to use your actual name, Rhea.
It's okay.
Okay,
I have to use it on the
Victoria.
stream anyway. So yeah.
Right. Victoria is running a new campaign. It'll be Sunday nights, 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. Eastern. And it's set in the world of Astralanor, a completely different, hidden away section. It's... Well, I'll save at the end. We'll talk a little more about the details. I'll let Victoria share the more details to build up a little extra hype here. But look forward to it. And my favorite part of this, is that I get to be a player in this campaign, and I am so stoked. I do not have the words to express it properly. You might see some familiar faces. You might see some new faces. Look forward to it. And I'll save the super fun name of the campaign and some of those finer details for Victoria at the end of the stream, as well as another announcement related to it that should build up even more hype. So get ready. Yay! Yay, Victoria! Awesome. Okay, Frank, nice. Now I've got the Grease song stuck in my head. Tell me more, tell me more. Yes. Look forward to it. It's going to be delicious and juicy, and I can't wait. Can I say when it starts, or should I? This Sunday. Yeah. There is no waiting time for you, our precious viewers. You're going to be able to go right into it this Sunday and enjoy it.
You got to be like those old school car salesmen. Sunday.
Yes.
Yeah. We probably would have announced it last week if I was not stuck on the West Coast.
Thanks, Hurricane.
Yeah, thanks, Dorian.
Smooth move, Dorian. X-Lags. All right.
Oh, God.
I'll have all the 90s callbacks.
Gag me with a spoon.
Like, oh, God.
Oh,
I'm so sorry.
That's amazing.
Becky.
I mean, it's going to be totally tubular.
Oh, nice. Gnarly dude. Amazing. I want to watch like OG Ninja Turtles now on Saturday morning. Okay. All right. And with that, let me, I'd say flip a coin, but why? I've got a bunch of dice here. See which party we're going to return to. All right, we will flip back to our cast in the Prime and taking a full rest. I guess I should probably do it timing-wise, huh? Because you're taking a full rest. So let me jump in with Thaxl and Nobella, see where they're headed and how long they're traveling so I can keep the timing matched up. All right, Nobella, Thaxl, neither one walking in front of the other, but keeping a careful eye with a fair amount of distance as the two of you travel through, occasionally coming across one of these shades, these humanoid shadow-like creatures, and just poning them. Between the two of you, you're just smashing them to bits and moving on. Nobella, you found a flask, so I don't know if Nobella's actually going to drink or not, but we found a couple of flasks. She tossed one to Thaxl and took a sniff and a swig from the other. Some good, strong stuff off of one of the bodies.
I would like to add real quick that I'm waiting to see how that drink affects her before actually taking a sip myself.
Okay. Well, Nobella, if you want to roll a Constitution saving throw with advantage.
She's not going to drink a strange without having it checked out first.
Okay, so she kind of put it up to her lips, but didn't actually take any. She seems to be taking it fine, Thaxl. No effect whatsoever.
Yeah,
she didn't
she's
actually
just
drink
gonna pocket that for later.
Okay. All right. Well, so which way are you guiding the two of you, Thaxl? Toward the lake or elsewhere?
Well, yeah. That would make sense because I don't know where else I'm going.
Okay.
So, yeah, that way.
All right. And, all right. Your horsey wouldn't go here. It's ethereal and prime. So you couldn't summon your horse here. Bum, bum,
I can't.
bum.
Oh,
So we'll say, you try and nothing happens. You're like, horsey.
hear it.
So the two of you walk. How long? You're probably, with your flight speed, you're about around a day's travel from the lake. With this, it's probably a day and a half. What do you want to? How long do you want to travel in that direction?
Well, I know the way out, right?
You know sort of where you were sent in, and you have a rough idea because, as you were telling Thaxl, you were hired for this job because you're good at solving arcane puzzles and things. It's just one of your skills that you grew up with. You're just good at that problem solving and puzzle solving. So you have a rough idea as well. If you can get back over towards the lake where you had been doing the work initially, you might be able to manage something.
Okay, we'll head that direction then.
Okay.
And Novella has had her hood up the entire time, has not shown her face. By the way.
Well, that's cool. Thaxl has been like, sharpening her talons, like making it abundantly clear that she has really amazing set of like jagged teeth that will rip a throat out.
Oh yeah. She's not being aggressive in any way. She's just kind of there.
Her Thaxl's eyes is not. I mean, like she's her eyes are like everywhere, but keeping an eye on this new person over here. Yeah.
All right. So I'll say that you have the 8 hour, the regular travel for a day, which will match up with the full rest that the everyone in the Prime is having. You'll have another half a day of travel, so it's up to you if you want to get a rest here in this place or if you just want to push through for the next 7 hours to get there.
Okay, wait, so we have a choice between a long rest or just keep pushing?
A long rest or pushing and getting 1 point of exhaustion.
I've been there.
But we don't want to be in the Shadowfell too long.
What is one level? Disadvantage on ability checks.
Mm-hmm.
No, stop. Well, I guess she would turn to Novella and say, "What do you want to do?" I mean, I could like personally just keep going because I'm amazing, but I don't know you. How is your like endurance and stamina? And
Well, it only takes me about 4 hours to get a full rest, so I'm fine to just push on and do whatever we want to do. It would be better to spend the least amount of time in here as possible. This plane isn't exactly the kindest to outsiders, but at the same time, if we're too exhausted, it might be too difficult to find our way out of here.
I heard. Do you want to flip a coin?
Sure, I'll pull out a gold piece and just flip a coin.
Heads we move, tails we sleep.
Okay, all right, let's keep moving then.
All right, cool. That way.
All right. And the two of you carry on pushing through. And so at this point, as you make this decision and march ahead, I will flip over to the Prime. Everyone else is stirring from their slumber. Probably about that day's travel, which is roughly 8 hours with the horses. No, you wake up. No Thaxl. No return.
How's Aria looking?
Pretty refreshed and feeling a bit better. Still talking a lot to that voice in her head.
Sure. Okay. Just checking in after having her body,
Yeah.
Whatever.
I have this weird taste in my mouth.
Oh, I'm sorry, hon. I can't do anything about it, but
Aga will pull out a smaller book separate from his others and be like, "Can you describe it in detail?" Because he's researching possession and stuff
nice.
now, so he's very curious.
Sure. And she leans in, just kind of breathes in your face, and it's like this terrible, coppery, blood kind of like, but just decayish smell.
And Dina's making coffee.
Nice.
Constitution saving.
Perfect.
Does a 10? Do I vomit?
Oh. Well, let me roll for the stench. If it's higher than 10. It's a 13. Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
Dina just literally shoves him out of the thing, knowing that it's going to pop. Literally kicks him out.
Make a strength check.
Nice. Awesome. Yeah, there you go.
if you're throwing up, Rhea would help her in that immediately.
With advantage.
Only with advantage.
Yeah, it's okay. I rolled a 6. You definitely pushed me out.
Yeah, it's a 17.
Oh, the two of you shove him in. This arc of vomit as he's getting shoved out, flying around.
Kind of like wipes some of the chunks off of the book and then just writes down the description.
Was that? Yeah, like that. Sorry.
Okay, that's interesting. Do you have any? And he'll literally just ignore the fact that he just vomited. Are you experiencing any bleeding in your mouth or anything like that? Because you spit it smelled like coppery, kind of like blood.
Yeah, it does taste like blood. No, none. Just it feels like a lump in the back of my throat, and it's just sort of stuck there.
Okay. Well, before we get started, and he's going to crack his book open and ritually cast Identify on her just to make sure she's not still affected by some form of spell.
Okay. Yeah, she's fine. She's just
okay.
All
right.
Passing out the coffee.
Neat. Aries like, and tries to swig it down as hot as it is, as fast as she can. That's tolerable. Get this taste out of her mouth.
I'm just going to prepare my spells really quick.
All right, well.
The rain has let up.
What's the plan? The what?
The rain has let up.
Oh.
It's cloudy, but the rain has let up finally.
I can make myself look like anyone.
I thought about it. I don't even need those clothes. Has Aga shown us the clothes yet?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
I pulled them
All
out
right.
last night.
All right. She will just change her armor to look like the clothes, so that.
And Dina just goes, and she looks like Rhea in the same armor, in the same clothes.
Right. I always wanted a sister twin. This is fun. What? All right. Well, how are we doing this?
We go into
Riding
camp.
straight there?
Can you can pop into the ethereal plane and get the artifact?
I can, or I can make my way there through more traditional means. Can be quite deceptive.
Do you think that we might be better served creating a fiery distraction?
I am hesitant to let Rhea go in by herself.
I'm hesitant to be so close I could cause a problem.
Do we have a way of messaging each other? Or you can message me?
He'll the owl onto his arm.
Mm.
Can keep an eye on you as you move through the camp. He'll look like an ordinary owl.
Okay.
Let's
Probably
go
should
and
have
scope it out.
Huh?
Let's scope it out first. Get the lay.
Yes, of course. Any
And then-
information will be better. Yeah.
Okay. He'll say, "Fly ahead. Go check out the lake. If you find people, circle them and tell me what you find."
flies out there, begins. Let's see, where are you? So you're just sending it ahead, right? It's about an 8-hour.
We're gonna like gather up and get on the horses and stuff. So he's just gonna get out ahead of us so that he gets there first.
Okay.
Dina's summoned Eva, and she's dropped mask of many faces. She looks like herself again.
Okay.
And she looks between Ari and Aga. Oh, Ari's got her own steed. That's right.
Mhm.
Okay. I think she's just going to go ahead and launch off, assuming that Aga's going to be riding with Rhea.
That'll work, because then I can just dismount whenever we're ready. All right. Oh, Dina.
Yes.
I actually meant to give this to you back at the homestead, but I completely forgot. As much as I love a good dagger, and I'm always in the market for one, this one in particular does a few fun things that I thought might interest you.
Oh.
Yeah, and I thought maybe you could take a look at it and see if you're interested, and if not, then I'll take it back. But yeah,
sure.
I thought you might enjoy it. So I will give her the dagger of wounding that we found in the
Does that require attunements?
Oh, I thought it did, but I can't remember. Oh, please. Did we put it in my inventory, Dan? I can't remember.
I feel like we did, but let's take a look.
It was
you know
on
what?
the screenshots you gave me.
Yeah, I have. For my other thing, yeah. Where's our list of our shit page of my...
Maybe not.
Sorry, I should have done this before I handed it over to you. I apologize. I apologize.
Oh, no. Because I think the only thing that Dina is attuned to at the moment are the gloves of paralysis, because the robe of useful items doesn't require attunement, nor does her ring that she's wearing.
Okay, all I wrote down was dagger. One side is rough hewn, but in perfect condition. 2 horns on the hilt. I'm sorry, it's a dagger of sharpness, not the dagger of wounding. So you maximize weapon damage. When you crit, target takes additional 14. If you roll another crit, it loses a limb. And you speak the command word, and it sheds bright light to 10 feet, dim light, an additional 10 feet. But I did not write down any attunement things.
I'll take a peek while you're...
A weapon of
Okay.
sharpness does require attunement.
Okay.
All right. Well, I mean, if it suits you, it suits you. And if it doesn't, no hard feelings. I just thought it did a few things you might enjoy.
Definitely worth playing with.
Yeah. Well, every dagger's worth playing with.
True. True. Just remembering certain... Never mind. We won't go there. Let's call it good pain.
I love how my thought process was the same. No, they're not. They're really not.
Nice.
After dark.
As we take off, I'm assuming I'm riding on Leora with Rhea. Was that what we arranged? Was that what Aga was doing?
I think so. That way he could take over the reins. Before you get on, though, maybe you should just, approach her and make yourself known. Think Hippogriff from Harry Potter.
He'll
I was
walk
literally
up.
just about to say that.
Yeah.
Yes.
He'll walk up pretty confidently and kind of like put a hand out like non-threateningly, and in Infernal he'll she's like the golden one, right?
Mm-hmm.
He'll say you're very beautiful. I bet you were even more beautiful before they tortured you. And he'll kind of like stroke the side of her face if Leora will let him, and kind of just like talk to her. Dina, if she's close enough, would hear a very quiet conversation of like, "Don't worry, they hurt me too." a conversation with the horse about, like, yeah, fucking hell sucks, dude. I get it. I've been there. Do you mind if I hitch a ride today? That kind of thing.
I'm glad I don't know Infernal. I'd probably cry.
Yeah. And then, and if Lior is, chill about it, he'll hop on with Rhea.
Okay.
And once we're in the air, and it's like the air is moving and rushing, he wanted to say something to Rhea, but I don't know if anybody else wants to do anything first. We good?
Aries just kind of following. Yep.
Okay. So he'd say, I noticed earlier you changed your accent when you were messaging your brother. It seems that your family has a plethora of skills I might need. I think I have a lot to learn from you. I'm familiar with the art of war and how to defeat an enemy, but I'm not good at running from an enemy that will never be entirely gone. I have a feeling that your family has the skills that I need. If I can pay for it, I'd like to learn some of some of the skills that you've got.
Well, I would say that first, I felt comfortable enough speaking around you in my native tongue, I guess. You really did hold your own in that battle, and thank you for that. And I would also say that I'd be happy to, offer our services to you. We are always looking for a good business partnership. But just know that we do make enough money to sustain ourselves, and we don't necessarily need our payment to be in money.
I figured as much. Mostly I'm just, once I get this portable prison off, I'd like to be able to disappear a bit as far as the hells are concerned. It's going to be difficult for me. I'm not good at hiding.
Well, I don't know a lot of magic, but I'm quite good at disappearing.
I appreciate it. And if I ever get the chance to repay the favor, please let me know.
I'm sure something will come up where you can help.
I'm sure as well. First of all, let's go get this piece of shit. Get out of here.
This is awkward because I can't see his face. Because we're riding a horse. I'm not turning around.
Yeah, and he'll spend the rest of the trip kind of like talking to the horse.
Mm-hmm. Okay, nice.
Yeah. Self-therapy,
I'm just like, I have a rabbit's hole here of all sorts of interesting stuff I was looking up on the side. Okay. All right, so, oh, hi, Lasalantanariel. Did I get that right? Hello. Nice to have you with us. Let's see. All right, so as you take flight and you're making good time across the way here, how far, at what point do you want to transition to the ground, or do you not at all? Were you transitioning into the ethereal when you got close? And if so, what's your approach plan? I will say that down below the forest is changing. Darker, a little more of that rot, and just very sort of a lot of decay. Here, let me give a good...
I think it's
Like
going to
this.
kind of depend on what the owl can tell us.
Yeah, I would agree.
Okay, and
If
what
I
do you
wasn't
have,
so
a
busy
mile?
talking to chat, I would have said that as well. I think it's only telepathically communicating within 100 feet.
Okay.
But the owl took off significantly before us, so I'm hoping he'll like circle the lake, identify where people are, and then start heading back towards her.
As you are about half the distance, the owl's had time to go ahead a bit, maybe so 2/3 of the distance there. It flies back and communicates to you that the forest ahead it gets darker and has more decay to it. It's actually known as Banshee's. It's actually known as Banshee's Craw. And that the lake is up ahead. There is some building in the form of a tower, roughly, along its edge. And it's seen a person or two stride in and out of that. But the tower itself just has the arrow slots, and it's difficult to see in as far as without getting close, dangerously close.
And you're saying that the owl did not see anybody moving around outside of this thing?
Coming and going from the main entrance, it did.
So there's no like guard patrols, really?
Nothing during the time that it went overhead. Didn't see anything, any movement aside from 2 or 3 individuals that came and went at different times.
On our flight over, did we discuss what our plan was to try and get in? What was the best story to get in the door?
I thought we were going to go in as guards
All right.
that had been sent. The Sultan had sent more guards for them.
I wouldn't mention the Sultan,
Okay.
but I would just say, oh, we're new recruits for the guard company or something like that.
Yeah.
Or just don't say anything at all and just walk in and like, like that carrying a ladder trick, just be like, yeah, I belong here.
Yep.
Like, yeah.
You got it. You got it. And if we get caught, then we're here as reinforcements. Okay. From central office. Got it. Okay.
So I guess
Got to get into character. All right.
So I guess we're landing as close as we can without being spotted by the tower? Or are we shifting to ethereal landing and then shifting out from ethereal when we
I don't
get...
know about the limit of how often the horses can do that, but I think it's a better idea considering what you and I remembered about monsters and problems in the ethereal plane, that you sneak as far as you can get in character, or in
disguise. Yes.
in the prime plane, the prime
Right,
ethereal.
right. Okay.
Because then I think it'd be even better if you could like get into the middle of this tower where the amulet is and grab it and then be like, oh, did you think we were stuck here? Like, poop, like we're gone. Like, so
Okay.
I think that might be a better plan.
All right. So when I get in there, you're going to have to, when I summon Leora, that means you won't be on her back, right? To get out?
Oh, I can just summon Eva.
Me and Aerie could wait outside.
All right.
And if you
And
see,
Aerie's got a nightmare. Yeah.
and if you see flame, shit's gone south.
Yeah. Well, if I see a flame, I'm just going to start wrecking shit. Let's go.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, so Dina is going with Rhea, and Aerie and Robert are waiting on the edge.
Who's Robert?
I'm sorry. I look at I'm looking for character names, and it's not there.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah.
It's all right.
God damn it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's what I do as a DM when my players don't use a character name and they're
Nice.
talking in character. I'm like, who's that?
It's not Robert. It's Aga Marie Johnson.
That's Aga Marie Johnson. Put your proper.
It was a joke. It was a joke. That's not his name.
Oh, I wrote it down in my notes. Yeah.
Yes, I wrote it down. I'm writing it
Oh,
down.
that's awesome.
Agamemnon Johnson.
Yeah.
Neat. All right. So you're approaching. How far out mileage-wise do you want to? go down to the ground, or how would you like to actually approach?
How close do you think we can get with the tower, without being spotted by the tower?
Well, I mean, when my owl did its circle around the tower, are there people up top, like watching from like a parapet?
No, but there are those arrow slits all the way on each level around, so there would be a good for people viewing out. And you can probably see it from a couple
slits
miles.
Don't really give you a very good view of the sky.
Is there a road approaching the? I know we've been going through the forest, but is there an actual road approaching?
There is. It approaches from the north. You're coming from the east, but you could always loop around and head down from the north.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, it would look less suspicious. Suspicious.
So I think while we're still a good distance off, we loop around so that we can.
Yeah.
Can we make our nightmares can look like anything? Correct. Or at least they can look. We can change their appearance to look like regular horses.
I don't think so, but let's take a peek. All right.
Because I know they took on the appearance that we gave them.
They're effectively still. They look like nightmares. They just for flavor, I wanted each to be a little unique to each of you. Yeah, but they don't actually have anything to shift. So they'll still look like that.
All right. Well, and I look at Ray and I go, so I can turn us both invisible, and an invisibility that will hold, even if we attack.
For how long?
Not very.
All right.
Only a minute. But a minute is enough to do a lot if we have to.
Yeah, get in the door. So
I think that might be more of an oh shit thing.
Yes, yeah.
Maybe we try and walk in with, confidence through the front door, and if that doesn't work, we go from there.
Yep. All right, let's do this.
All
I'm
right.
assuming we're landing and getting ready to walk in.
Are you guys staying? Okay. Are you guys staying on the east side, or are you going to come around to the north side with us?
Are you
Okay.
referring to me and Ari? I would say, I think once you guys started heading out, I'd say, Ari, what do you have in the way of big and noisy spells?
Not much. I can be pretty big and noisy, but I'm just going to take a look at her thing as she's talking. She rambles. I mean, I can be kind of big and noisy. I don't really know that I have anything that would do that. She really doesn't.
Yeah, neither do I, actually.
The two people with thaumaturgy are going on the sneaky mission. Is that it?
It doesn't have thaumaturgy.
Oh, you don't have thaumaturgy?
No, but she's got things like enthrall. And...
Oh.
I have if we're looking for distractions, I have a light spell. I can illuminate a tree or something like that.
That's daytime.
Or a branch. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea, but do you have anything that controls people?
I have a spell that kind of captures people's attention, but doesn't really control them. But they'll sort of be like, stuck on me, and they can't focus on other people.
It's not a bad idea. Let's see if we can't find a guard contingency that's out making a patrol. All right?
Yeah. Okay. I'm good.
We'll make a little bit of a ruckus.
Neat.
How much wind does the wind fan create? That I bought ages and ages and ages ago.
Nice. Oh gosh. A fair bit. I mean, and for flavor, we'll say, you have something in mind. You're
I just, a ruckus amount of wind.
Yeah. We'll say for sure.
Hey, man, go big or go home. Knock down the tower.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a pretty fancy wind fan. All right. Well, I'll give my wind fan to Aga and Ari. Do not tear this, but if you need it,
It's like,
you can use it.
I'll kind of grab the top of it closed and be like, let's be careful with that.
Don't
Okay.
tear it. There's no fixing it. But do not tear it.
It's not entirely true. I might be able to fix it if it breaks.
Nice.
I'd like that back.
Okay. All right. So, how many miles out are you doing all this?
I feel like 1 mile out is probably 2 miles, 2 miles, somewhere in there.
Yeah, that's what I.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Okay.
Well,
So I'm thinking with the owl, I'm going to have the owl, first of all, circling Dina and Rhea. Oh my God, my brain completely farted there for a second. And watching them as they make their approach. But I'm also going to be looking for a guard patrol, somebody leaving the tower that's going to go back in and that kind of thing. And I'm going to try and get in their path with Aerie, but like set up an ambush kind of thing.
Nice. All right. Go ahead and make a. You can either make a perception check if you're just wandering, hoping to run into something, or you can make an investigation
I'm having the
check.
owl seek them out. The owl's flying around,
looking for them.
path,
Okay,
and then we're going to get in their way.
All right, investigation check with the owls.
Okay.
Business.
we stealth as we're landing and moving forward. Rhea?
We can stealth as much as you want. I'll probably wait to bless us until we get in and closer, but I'm happy to stealth.
All right.
All right, go ahead and make stealth checks.
It's not my thing, but
It's actually not my thing either.
yeah. Fourth, it was
Hashtag.
14 on the investigation check.
Okay.
Okay.
You currently don't see any patrols in the area.
So there's no humanoids moving about aside from Rhea and Dina?
Nothing in this outer range. There's maybe two of them are still out in front of the keep down by the water, by the watchtower.
Okay.
Let me just share this out so you have a better idea of what's going on here. So the watchtower sits slightly, into the lake. There are creatures that walk out and stay on a little mini island that the tower's on, but nothing around the actual outer perimeter of the lake doing any sort of passes or patrols that you've seen yet.
And how far offshore is this? Is this an accurate depiction? Like it's only like 30 to like 60
Yeah,
feet?
those are people there. Then they're probably about 50 feet out.
Okay.
Oh, did I lose someone?
Yeah, we lost Thaxl.
Oh
Thanks, I'll come back.
Dax will come back.
So, just
Sorry.
Dina's going to turn to Ray as they're kind of starting to walk forward, and she's, let me see if I can get anyone, the first person that we meet, a first guard or first person that challenges us, I may be able to convince them that we're who we say we are, that we're their friends, that we're allies at least, though regardless is friendly, and at least help convince anyone else to not to question who we are and why we're there.
Okay.
So Dina's
That
planning to, Dina's planning to cast Charm Person
Sure.
on like somebody that challenges them, or on a guard, or somebody that looks like they might have power,
Mm-hmm.
and use that as kind of to bolster who we are and whatever, to vouch for us, that kind of thing.
I would be fine with that. I just would hate for you to use it on the first,
When we need it.
red shirt that we run into. Yeah, because you guys would have been working with her long enough that, like, meta, you would know that she has like a plus 13 to her deception. He's, if it's a low life, we can probably talk our way through it.
Yep. And and Dina's just very good at. She's got the charisma as well, but she's got the charm person and stuff too.
For sure. I just would, because I just don't want you to waste that a whole bunch of those spells. If
it's a fairly low level spell slot. So.
Okay.
Right.
So yeah, you I guess just let me know when you want to cast your magic, and we'll attack both sides.
Sounds good.
This view here is from the northern side of the lake. You approach and you're at the edge of the lake. You see about 50 feet of lake over to the mini island that this tower is on. You see a couple people walking around by that tree to the left there. Some packs and other things spread out along the ground.
Anybody in uniform?
They both seem to be wearing that same clothes with the same insignia that the uniforms you have bear.
Okay. So if there are any subtle differences, Dina would use the disguise self to match it exactly.
Okay.
Just make it look cleaner, newer.
Gotcha.
And she's going to pull a face from memory.
Mm-hmm.
Just somebody that she knows.
Agreed. If Dina makes any changes to her uniform, Rhea will make the adjustments on her armor as well. So that way.
And we just march up like we belong.
You approach the edge of the water. How do you want to get? Do you want to try and traverse it to get out there? There's no bridge, no walkway.
Does it look like
a boat or anything? Yeah.
No boats.
Does it look like everybody else just walks out there in the water?
No one seems to be walking, or they're all staying. The two people that are sort of walking about, you see one of them walk inside the tower and another one come out a few minutes later, but they're staying on that mini island.
Ahoy the tower.
You see one of them kind of shading their eyes from the sunlight, looking over. Yeah?
How do we get across? Really don't want to ruin these boots.
Yeah. Let me see what I can get for you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And heads inside the tower. The other one's looking up sort of curiously. Make a perception check as you're looking across, if you would.
Oh, no.
That would be a 0.
I rolled a 1, so a 12.
I rolled a 1 as well, and I have a -1 to perception.
Awesome.
A 0.
Awesome.
I'm too focused on light and focusing on the tower.
Yeah.
Yeah, all you really notice is that the other one's sort of, walking around the area. They've stopped what they were doing a little bit, and they're kind of walking around their little campy area over there. As you're waiting for... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to ask, there were people on our side as well, right?
No one on your side of the lake.
Oh, okay, they were just on the other side. Okay, sorry.
Mm-hmm. No problem.
Okay.
As you're waiting for this other one to return, I'm going to flip over to the Shadowfell. Whee! Get caught up with him.
Thaxl isn't back yet, though.
Thaxl, get back now! Okay, I'll Thaxl it up with some sass.
Switch it up.
Just to keep things, flowing together, we'll say that with 1 point of exhaustion for each of you, you have reached this same area in the Shadowfell. Again, a lot of this crusty, sort of decayed buildup along the tower. There's all this murk and mire in the water of the lake here. On this side, a lot of slick moss and other fungus and such that's growing along the edge of the river lake.
So just to be clear, we're in does the Shadowfell overlay the Prime, and we're in the same place?
Effectively, it's actually like a mirror to the Feywild that is a mirror to the Prime, so it's mostly the same, transitively.
So it's a double reflection within a reflection. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So we're basically in the same area as everyone else.
Roughly, yep.
Okay. All right.
You'd probably be approaching not from the north here, but from the east instead.
Okay. And is there anyone around us?
Let's see.
Are we just mostly alone with some shadow birds?
Where you are at, you see, it's tough to see, especially on the lake here. There's so much fog and mist coming off, settling on the water here. Aside from some of the creatures, the shades that you've dealt with along the way, it's been relatively uneventful, and nothing seems to be in your path as you approach the eastern edge of the lake.
But nothing else other than the shades, no other people.
Correct. And you can't really make out the tower. You see a rough form of it out in the lake, about probably closer to 100 feet from the eastern side there.
100 feet? 100 feet?
Yeah, about 100 feet. So you can see about 25, 30 feet out with the fog and mist, especially how heavy it is sitting on the water here.
Okay. Dark vision doesn't help at all with seeing through fog, does it?
No, unfortunately.
Okay. Is a fog like this normal in the Shadowfell? Which I would know that.
Yeah, you've experienced some of it here. And yeah, it's fairly normal. It's a haze everywhere. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Well, I do have a little bit of a suggestion. If we need to get over into that tower, I can just run across the water here and go check it out.
I can do cool stuff too, you know.
Oh yeah, no, I have no doubt about that. I've seen you do cool stuff. But
I can swim through it, and I bet I can beat you to the other side.
if you want to try, you're more than welcome to.
All right. And she jumps in the water.
Okay.
She doesn't even give you. She just jumps in.
All right. Well, yeah. I can just run across the water because
Awesome.
monk stuff.
Right? And you
So I can
take
just-
off.
Just the ninja run.
Nice. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that
And I'll,
easily.
because I can, I'll just shadow step into areas of darkness across the way while I'm running across the water.
Nice. Okay. Beautiful. Yeah, with your crazy monk speed of 45 feet, she's got a swim speed of 30 feet, but it just doesn't keep up. She doesn't know. She's in the mire, swimming through all the algae and other stuff under there, making really good time. As she approaches the edge of the little island, here's that large boulder to the left, which she'd approach first. You're just standing on top of that.
Just kind of sitting cross-legged.
Well, it's nice to let people win sometimes.
I wasn't sure
Anyway,
how long you would take.
so, what's this thing? And you kind of look up at the tower here.
All right. So is this or the area where I got put in?
It is. So go ahead and roll a perception check.
I don't like that you had to roll for that.
I was rolling a perception check for Thaxl.
Okay, and
there's
this is with disadvantage, right? Because we're exhausted.
yes. Mm-hmm.
Oh no,
Oh, sorry, Thaxl. She's she's got a pretty good.
that's still a 10. But my passive perception is a 16. If that helps with anything.
Okay. Damn, Thaxl. Okay, so even with her roll, she'll see it. She's called he's your friends. There's dead bodies strewn about.
Unfortunate. She'll kind of go poke one of the bodies with her foot and just
damn
kinda
it.
walk over.
Welcome back, Thaxl. So
I
Thaxl,
beat you
you.
across the lake. Sorry.
I don't know if you heard that. I had you race because I figured you'd be sassy. But she has a really fast run speed, so she beat you.
I have no idea what happened because my audio on my phone kept cutting out, and so I heard something about me hopping in somewhere.
You both arrived at the lake, and she was like, "Well, I've got an idea. To get over there, I can run across." And you're like, "Well, I can do cool things too."
Yeah, that's me.
So we raced, and I ran across the water.
She has a speed of 45 as a monk. She can run across water. But you swam at your 30, but then she was there. Okay.
Oh my god.
But you arrived on a little mini island here, and you perceived some dead bodies, assuming they might be the friends she was talking about that were killed.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
her
she's
friends.
gonna
Okay.
she's gonna kind of just go, casually inspect them. Still shadow hood over the face.
Mm.
No expression seen. No face seen, actually. But
Yep.
I'm keeping an eye on her. My
Okay.
dagger is still drawn, by the way, just not trying to be obvious about it.
All right.
she's just walking around, just kind of turning over the bodies, kind of going, "Oh, well, there's another dead one," and just kind of moving them over to the side. And then she's looking around Dan for the area where they can exit.
Okay, the area would be up near the top. There are areas where the stone arrow slits can be pulled open to form these larger windows that you see in the picture. Currently, they're closed, but that is where these bodies look like maybe they were thrown from. You know that up near the top of this tower is where you would likely be able to transition back. You do hear a crackling arcane energy from near the top of the tower somewhere.
Alright. Only place to go is up. Is the door, can we just I'm gonna carefully just like into the shadows and open the door slowly to peek through.
Okay, the door almost mushy in your hands with the decay, kind of the wood just depresses a little with one of your hands as you push the weight of it in and slocks inward. Dark in here.
Anything inside? I've got dark vision.
Nope, but you hear that sound. This level seems to be clear. The stairwell that starts spiraling up is on the other side, directly across. You can hear the acoustics of this arcane energy crackling up above. Are louder, though, of course, as you step inside.
Alright. So I'm going to step inside, look around, and then I'm going to shadow step back to Thaxl and just kind of appear right next to her.
He appears just out of the shadows.
That's when my dagger comes like.
Sorry about that. It's faster to go through the shadows sometimes. Seems all quiet inside. Sounds like our exit is up at the top. Shall we?
After you.
Sure. I'll go first.
Okay.
I'll shadow step back in, and I will stealth.
Nice.
I will stealth real good.
It's still
That's
so-
21, even with disadvantage.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Okay. And what are you doing? Thaxl, are you following?
Yes, I am following, but I would also like to do a healing word on myself because it's been.
Oh.
We haven't rested at all, right? Mm-mm.
Right?
Yeah.
Yet.
Passing at second level. Yeah, so 2d4.
Okay.
Oh, yay. Oh, yay. Okay.
Sounds good. I like it.
7 plus my 7 plus 5 is 12. Okay, so 12 points of healing. Cool, that gives me something. And then I'm going to follow.
Okay. You follow suit. The floors.
Or just walk in, because I don't know if you can see her.
Yeah, you walk in and you have dark vision, right, Thaxl?
I do.
Okay.
No, wait. I don't.
You walk in and it is dark. Make a dexterity saving throw, Thaxl, as you walk in. Because the floor is slick with rot, decay, and like slime almost, and you can't see a thing. So,
Let me check something. I have Oh, no, that's my other character. But I do have the boots of Elvenkind, so I am very quiet.
Ooh, nice. Okay.
Okay, Dex, what? Saving or check?
Saving. Mhm.
Dex saves something to 17.
Okay. You do one of those slips, it's like half a slip, whoa, and you somehow like catch yourself and don't fall. Now in becoming aware of how slick the floor is, now you continue across the floor.
You hear Norbel's voice right next to you again. Are you having problems seeing in the dark? I'd rather not take a light in here. I can help you see if you'd like. Just a spell to help you see in the dark.
Fine, yes, please.
Okay, I'll touch your shoulder and cast Dark Vision.
Mhm. Everything, it's shades of
do
gray,
that.
but it's nice.
You'll have Dark Vision for the next 8 hours out to range.
Ooh. Awesome.
It's not concentration, it just happens.
Beautiful. So the areas of darkness become visible.
And I'm spending 2 key points to do that, Dan.
Okay. Nice. There's no color, but it's shades of gray.
Shades of gray.
Like
Ooh, I've never seen such colors before. I like it.
There's 50 of them if you count carefully. I'll keep walking her. But you still can't see her. She's still hiding.
All right. And as you head over to the stairwell, I'm going to switch back to the prime.
I just got back.
Sorries. Well, because everything's meeting here, we're
Kidding.
I just need to check something. Thankfully, I have this up now. That's handy. All right, this is okay, and this one was the okay. Is that the same? All right. An individual pulls open one of those windows at the top, and now there's a full open window as the owl circles around. Aga, are you? Oh, you're not within 100 feet. Okay. Is your owl set to like report any new details, or is it just like circling the two of them?
Only if it sees something go wrong with Dina and Rhea. It's just keeping an eye on them and just kind of like trying to. I mean, to be honest, it would probably have perched on a tree near the shoreline and just watched from a distance, as opposed to constantly circling.
Yeah.
Because it's just trying to keep an eye on them. Than what I had it do.
Okay. All right. So you this individual peers out. Who goes? Let me see you better. And kind of points out, and a little like a yellow light over ahead of above you, like maybe 30 feet above you. Boom, kind of a dirty yellow glow appears and is cast over you. Yes.
Hey, we're the replacements that were sent from Pele.
Replacements. I see.
Don't you? Were you not told?
No. We weren't expecting replacements.
It sounded quite urgent.
Indeed, they said that you had recently lost people.
Oh. I see.
At the office.
Well, they must have supplied you with the key phrase then, yes? Speak the key phrase and we'll see you across.
I'm sorry. Didn't mention a key phrase.
No, it was quite a rushed endeavor.
The woman seemed rather flustered.
Yes, she just said that Rivas had called specifically for us, that we were here to help clean up some of the mess.
One of you can roll a persuasion check if you want. Whichever one.
Not
wants to take
deception,
the
because
lead.
we're lying?
Yeah, I'm sorry, deception. Yep.
Okay. Well, I don't know. Is yours better, Dina?
I have a +9.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Can she roll with advantage though? Because I'm gonna boost it open.
You can. It's a pretty.
I would like to
high
use the
DC.
help action to give her advantage.
You can roll with advantage.
Okay, okay. 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 It's not a 20, but hold on. Let me do math. Wait. I need to write it down. There's a reason I wasn't a math major. Okay. 31. I rolled an 18.
Okay.
And a 4. So thank God we have advantage.
Nice. All right, I'm gonna have to see because it is helpful. This is a case where sometimes things are outside of the scope of that, but it is really good.
When he mentioned the key phrase, Dan, there was nothing in the ledgers or the map or anything that Thaxl showed Tassos that would have.
Or in the papers that Dina found in the secretary's office.
Yeah.
In the office when we cleaned out the office, because we would have gone through those.
Yeah, or on the. Yeah, I guess the letter was the only other thing we saw. Yeah.
Gotcha. No, this is something that's set up directly with the Sultan's Requiem. I see. Yes, they do get that way sometimes, don't they? Just a moment, then. Let me check. I'll return shortly. And steps inside.
Is anyone else watching us that we can see?
And
Make a
far
fresh
away is the
perception.
tower? How far away is the tower?
About 50 feet to the island, so maybe like 60 feet, 60. Yeah.
Perception check, you said?
Yeah.
So it's a 24.
Okay. You see now that other individual that kind of broke off what they were doing and is walking around the packs seems to be not as idle as he first appeared. Definitely keeping a very careful eye, like side eye out to see what the two of you are up to and what's going to come of this. Has gone as far as to pull a weapon from one of the sacks out there, seeming to just be prepared for whatever's going to go down. Very distrustful. Without an insight, I mean, with that high perception, you can read it in their body language.
Okay. All right. I will make sure that Rhea looks non-threatening and just impatient.
Yep.
All right.
Dina's following Rhea's lead at this point, but she's ready to act if need
Yeah.
be.
Yeah. I'm staying within reach of Dina, for sure.
Okay. Maybe 30, 40 seconds goes by and the individual comes back out. Yes, well, I sent a message to the Sultan's Requiem. Unfortunately, they have not heard of you. And you see him start to cast the final parts of a spell in case you have any reactions that can do anything for that.
Okay. I'm going to grab onto Dina's arm so that we are touching.
Okay.
And I am going to. Oh, shit. Crap. Do I want to try and charm this person? What do I want to do?
It has to be reaction level because they've
it has to
actually
be
prepared it.
reaction?
Like a counter spell, or if anyone has anything like that.
Yeah, the only thing I have as a reaction is going to. Oh, I should have used this. Damn it.
So like a reaction, not like a bonus action, right?
Nope, I don't have anything as a
reaction.
reaction I can use until I take harm. So.
Ah, nice. Okay. So this bead of yellow light that's been illuminating you, it doesn't even have to finish the spell. He drops his concentration on it, and let's say it blossoms into with a low roar, into an explosion of flame that drops and cascades over each of you. Please make a dexterity saving throw. Now, don't forget, Rhea, you have, as your rogue, you've got that...
Evasion.
Was that delayed blast
What?
fireball?
Yes, it was.
Yes,
And
okay.
I have
Christ.
resistance to fire, thank God.
That's a 7th level spell there. 8 base.
Okay.
Okay, what'd you get, Dina?
18,
Ooh, nice. Let's see what he... Gonna add up his thing.
and I have resistance to fire.
Nice.
And 19 for Rhea.
Woo! Okay, where's this thing here? Which is
Shit, yeah, I'm ready now.
Quick question, Dan.
Plus be 19. Okay. Mm-hmm.
He's doing math. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt your math, but were they within arm's reach of delayed blast fireball? If I remember correctly.
He said it was 30 feet above us.
Yeah, it's 150-foot range, and then each creature within a 20-foot radius sphere.
Oh, so it was like
Centered on
15 feet above them?
Yeah, it was within the radius. Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, never mind then. So I was thinking if it was within arm's reach, you can use a reaction to throw it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so 19. You both got 19, right?
18 for Dina, but yeah.
Okay. So, Rhea, you succeed. Dina, you just miss it.
Oh, no.
But, yep, you've got resistance. And Rhea, because you succeed, you don't take any damage, right?
Yep, that's correct.
You roll out of the way. Where are we? 6.
Dina does have a reaction once you tell me what my damage is going to be.
Okay, nice. Okay. So it would be 5 points of damage. That's the halved amount. As the fire cascades over you and forces you to each to stumble. Ray, you just roll with it and you're out of the way. Dina, you get blasted. And go ahead and take your reaction, Dina.
All right, casting Hellish Rebuke.
Nice.
He needs to make his own dexterity saving throw. DC 17.
Excuse me.
Get it, girl.
Okay.
She just turns around and goes,
That's not
wrong
good.
answer.
Awesome.
Get it, girl.
All right, 15 plus 3 is 18.
18?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so he'll only take half of
Okay.
210. So that's 11. So half of 11.
Okay,
Hellfire.
6 points of damage. You got cast it right back. Wrong answer. And the flames arc back up and spill over him. And he, what's he going to do to that?
That's my reaction, by the way.
Okay.
So I don't know if we have an action or what at this point.
Okay. Go ahead if you want. Just for this. This isn't roll initiative just for this to see where we get with this. All right, he's got a 17 for initiative.
Natural 20 for 21 initiative.
Nice. Okay, 21.
And we just fall in right now.
19 for a, hold on, mathing. 9, 10, 11, 12. 32 initiative.
Nice.
32, 21. Okay.
So my girls.
What would you like to do initially, Rhea? Since you're first in this order.
Okay, so he is how far away?
About let's see, he's up at the top too, so it's about 60 feet across, and then up. So he's about 75 feet, given the diagonal of it. Yeah.
All right. Can I use my free action to turn to Dina and say, stay and fight, or find another way in? Hopefully she can answer me.
I'm burning this tower to the ground.
Fan-fucking-tastic. All right.
It's a free action.
So,
Owl starts to fly back to you, Aga.
If you hadn't seen the flames already.
yeah.
Yeah, I was about to ask, do I need the owl to confirm for me that there's a giant fucking explosion a quarter mile away from me?
Yeah, you probably hear the boom of it. Yeah, the roar of the flames and everything. Yep.
All right. Then I don't know if you want me to initiatize as well or whatever, but I would haste the horse. And
Okay,
then
you start making...
Ari and I would...
Okay.
Which doubles its movement speed and gives it a dash bonus action.
Nice.
Awesome. So I used my free action. So I will use a bonus action to flip out the Mind Claws.
Oh, nice.
And as my action, she's going to just concentrate on that tower. And all of a sudden, there's going to be this loud, dolorous bell filling the air. And that bitch has to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Ooh, nice. Okay. All right. Let's see. 14.
14. Okay, wait. It's on. Remind me again what it is for my DC. It's 8 plus.
It would be 8 plus proficiency plus your spellcasting modifier. That you use for
okay. Okay, so 8. Okay. So 15.
Okay, so it fails.
Oh, fantastic. And he is taking damage, right?
Yes, he
From
took half of
yes. Mm-hmm.
All right.
So that's the D12.
Yes, it is. Oh,
12 because we're
Alright.
above level 7.
yes. Well, it's only 10 points of necrotic damage, but he takes
Nice.
10 points of necrotic damage.
I love Toll of the Dead.
Me too. All right, and then she will probably separate herself from Dina by about parallel, but about like 15 feet, so that way we're a little bit further apart.
Okay.
Yep.
Nice. All right, Dina, you're up next. He takes all that damage from Ray. And the boom, bell rings in his mind.
Said it's 50 feet across.
50 feet across, and he's probably 50 some he's feet up. So it's like 70. What did I say? 70 feet away.
The guy that's on the ground at the base of the tower is he still
50
there?
feet. Yep. Mm-hmm. Still there. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Damn it! I don't think I have any bonus action spells.
Definitely is drawn. Is showing that weapon now ready, just in a prepared stance.
Yeah, I'm checking to see. I don't think I have any though. Bonus action spells. Okay, here's what we're going to do. Dina is going. No, that's an action as well. Okay. Shit. Yep. Okay. Action. She's dropped as a free action, she has dropped the disguise self.
Okay.
As an action, the wings come out. Bonus
Ooh.
action, Shadow Blade.
Nice.
And now she looks like a fiery fucking demon angel looks like a fiery fucking angel from hell.
Nice. The hellfire
Like,
spewing
from
out.
hell with the shadow blade and the flame wing, dragon wings, they're like that. And she's just gonna get use 40 feet of movement
Okay.
and stop over the water facing the one at the bottom
Mhm.
and look at him and go, run or die.
Make an intimidation check with advantage. Why did he roll so still? It's really scary.
17.
He freezes in place as you say that. He's kind of frozen for right now, like clear with some clear fear in his eyes.
That's her turn.
Okay. The person up top steps back, closes the window back to the arrow slit, and actually, as it does that, we switch over to the Shadowfell. Nobel and Thaxl have ascended the tower. You are near the very top floor, uneventful so far, with the loud crackling energy. You're approaching the area where you're going to have to poke your head up into this top floor. How do you want to approach that?
Stealthily.
Yes, agreed.
Okay.
But I'm letting her go first.
Okay.
Yes, with my stealth still of 21.
Nice. Okay.
Kind of glance up.
All right. You see. Floating on its own in the center of this room, a large crystal formation, probably about 2 feet tall, in the shape of a jagged football, sort of purple pinkish hue to it, and within it is this metalworked piece of course Thaxl will recognize it as a pendant, but it looks like a broken piece of a disc that has something etched into the edge of it, and energy it's spinning slowly, rotating in place as arcs of electricity, arcane energy, just crackle off the floor, ceiling, off the walls. And that's what you see currently.
Would I recognize this with my background in? With what I've been told?
Make an investigation check with given your background and stuff.
With advantage, so it's just a straight roll.
Yeah, with advantage.
So it's just a straight roll then. 17.
Okay. The only difficulty really is seeing through the facets of the crystal and the glow. Yep. You're moderately familiar with what roughly what this could be.
Okay, and then this is what we need to get out then.
Yes, this is in fact the thing that was uncovered, and the means to return to the Prime.
I found our way out, and it just so happens to be exactly what I needed.
I'm gonna then kind of like poke my head up.
Okay.
She's gonna just kind of go up and slowly walk, like kind of just like slowly gliding over to it.
Nice. All right, Thaxl, make an investigation check, if you would. Also, just to see through the thing. Bless you.
Bless you.
Bless you. Everyone says bless you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I got a 7.
Okay, yeah, you're not quite sure what's in there. You see the crystal and the arcing energy, and you see something within it.
Huh. Well, I
Would I
can.
know how to use it, Dan, to get us back to the Prime?
It might take a little figuring out, but you've got a pretty good idea. Yeah.
I can. Do you think maybe we'd like to spell this whatever arcane crap is going around it, then we can go back?
No, it's the item itself that's in the crystal that we need.
The item?
Mm-hmm.
Can I now go closer to it?
Sure, go ahead.
I'm carefully approaching it, Dan.
All right, so you're Nobella's gliding over. Thaxl, you come up, and as you get a little bit closer, there's a couple things that happen. Thaxl, you recognize this as a pendant piece. It has a different image. Instead of the clouds and rolling storms, this one is it has dead trees and wilted leaves on one side, and then vibrant living ones on the other. On the face, left side and right side of the face of this pendant. And it has some other imagery on it, which you can't really make out yet, down below the tree part. But that stands out. That's the highlight.
Dead trees and wilted leaves on one, and then living?
Yeah. And then a vibrant
like a
living
tree
tree
that's
with on the other side. Yep, sort of a death and life balance kind of thing.
I love it.
You feel a buzz, a hum to the pendant you wear around your neck. And you both see a faded form that doesn't seem to be able to see either of you, walking from the opposite side of the room towards this pendant area. Thaxl, have you actually seen the faces of McGregor or Revis yet?
I don't think so, no.
Okay.
I don't think so.
All right.
Would I have, Dan?
Yeah, I would say yeah. Right. So you recognize this as, let me get the name here. Bray Revis saunters over from a window and is reaching out towards this device, seemingly in another realm that's overlapping with this one.
I'm gonna grab Thaxl's hand and then grab the piece.
Okay, nice. Your hand gets
Hold on.
grasped. You touch this other piece and harness the energy.
I'm not
that
gonna
you
touch it.
studied.
I'm gonna grab it to take it.
Okay.
So
Nice. Let's see. Okay, it's got the crystal, so that kind of shields you from some of the other stuff, and it's enough to use that power. This huge bubble of arcane energy bursts out forth from the crystal, passing through the stone and everything, and then through your living tissue, phasing you back into the prime. This Bray Revis stands a bit shocked, slightly singed, with some fire damage, putting out some leftover flame on his robe, and looking at the two of you like, what?
stab.
Nice. He's far enough away, he can't quite stab yet, but that's where we're going to end tonight's session.
No!
Because it's 1 o'clock.
No, let's go.
I totally 100% want to do this fight, but I have work at 6 in the morning.
Plus,
Big
we get to
day.
start at
That's what PTO is for.
Nice.
No. PTO is for upcoming vacations for sure.
Nice.
But I do
D&D-itis.
understand. But, oh my god, I want to hear the name of this Sunday night campaign.
Oh, yes. Please, Victoria,
shit.
tell us more about this.
Oh
Exciting.
gosh, okay. So I was supposed to write a little blurb during our break, but instead I ate a Cuban sandwich. So this is all off
sounds
the
good.
yeah.
Cubans are phenomenal.
I was hungry. They're so good down here in Florida. Okay, so on Sunday nights, we are going to be playing in the Obsidian Scar, and it's definitely an exploration adventure sort of thing. Our players are going to a new world, an archipelago that was recently discovered. So lots of interesting, different homebrewy things that you wouldn't necessarily find in the rest of Astra Lenore. There's going to be a little bit of swashbuckling because we are on islands. I hope you guys get onto a ship at some point. Yeah, I'm pretty excited about it. And as Dan mentioned, Dan's going to be playing in it. And since she's a part of this group, I will mention that our dear Thaxl will be playing a young lady in it as well. Although we'll have to chat. We'll need to help remind her when her Thaxl is showing, so that way she's not in the not evil campaign.
It sort of showed in session 0. I was like, what?
Just a little. We'll just have the chat. Will help remind you that you're Thaxl. So, I'm really excited.
Awesome.
I haven't gotten a DM in a while, so I'm excited to do that and to give Dan a chance to actually play instead of just DM.
So stoked.
Yeah,
That
and
forever DM syndrome.
yeah, breaking the cycle.
Mm-hmm.
And the other little bit of announcement is that because we are starting on Sunday and it's our first stream, we are going to have a little giveaway at the break. So at the break on Sunday, we are not going to give away 1, but 2 custom printed minis. And those custom printed minis are going to come with these really cool stands. So that way, if your mini is flying, it can have like a little stand to help it fly on the board. So if you guys need a mini printed of a player that you have or a player that you want, join us on Sunday, and we're going to give away 2 different ones. So I'm excited.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Awesome. I can't wait.
Yeah. I was going to buy something at PAX, but then I decided I have a friend that does 3D printing, and we're gonna do that instead.
Get your minis.
Oh, is this?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It's our friend from Bobby's and My Game.
nice.
together. So
Look forward to it.
yay!
Nice. Oh, I cannot wait.
Yeah.
Characters all set and ready to go. I'm just so stoked. I can't wait to be in there. Yeah, look forward to it. Everyone, be there.
Put more goodies in like Discord and Facebook and Twitter and all that stuff. So that way.
Right.
So Dan, I'm kind of curious, and you don't have to answer it if you want to make it a surprise or whatever. But what class are you playing for your first player
Thaxl.
in a while?
With Victoria, is it okay if I talk about it?
Yeah,
Okay.
please do.
Neat. So it is a Tiefling Sorcerer because I've only ever been a player 3 separate times. I played 2 games in one campaign, then the DM left. 1 game in the next campaign, and they bounced. And then 2 games in the third one, Curse of Strahd, and then that was it. And so I've never actually been able to be a player. I've always tried to start it with a Tiefling Sorcerer. So the Tiefling Sorcerer is also like a private eye. So they have a level of rogue. And his name is Lennox. And he's a very snappy dresser.
Hey,
Tiefling sorcerers.
Yes. So I'm very
Wild
excited. Nope, Draconic Ancestry. It's my fave. He's got an Irish accent, in giant quotes. And it's going to be fun. I cannot wait.
it's been my experience as a DM that you just can't get away from casters.
Nice.
Yeah. After long enough playing monsters with all these cool abilities, man, you go play like a barbarian or a fighter, and you're like, nah, man, I'm a caster.
Pew pew, give me the things.
Yeah. So many more options. Yeah.
Nice.
Awesome. That's gonna be fun. I'm excited to see how it goes.
Oh
Oh, we lost Nobel.
Oh no!
no.
There's too many internet problems going on.
I know. I will say one thing, we are keeping the group pretty small so that way once we kind of get the story established, we're going to have guests on for a few sessions at a time. So I'm pretty excited about it. So that way we can rotate through and have some fun
Excellent.
fun extras. So
Look forward to it.
That's exciting.
Haha. More D&D. So if for anyone new, if you want to catch any of our previous sessions here, we have our All Evil campaign here, Lament, every Tuesday night, 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. Eastern. And then Friday nights, we have our Good campaign, Stormfall, 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. Eastern. And now we're going to have Obsidian's Scars, or Scar?
or singular star.
Okay. Obsidian's Scar. Every Sunday night, 10 p.m. to 1 a.m. Eastern. But we upload them all to YouTube, so feel free to check it out or subscribe or whatever, to keep abreast of those videos as they go up. And hang out with us here. We've got a Discord. I don't know if Nightbot's put it in recently, but we'll go ahead and put it in there. Some fun there, and a Facebook group. Anyway. Thank you so much, Victoria, for doing this. My deepest thanks.
I'm so excited. You're going to have to think of something to call it because you have your good campaign and your evil campaign.
All right.
Does it say our mod campaign?
Exploration campaign, maybe, or our, I don't know. Yeah. I can't wait. All right. Well, I hope you all have a wonderful night. Thank you again, players. Awesome stuff tonight. Super juicy. And thank you, viewers, for hanging out with us and making things so feisty and hilarious, and all the wonderful feedback and goodies you share. All right, have a wonderful night, everyone. We'll catch you all soon. Take care. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.